So you're thinking about moving right here to Sebastian, Florida, and you want to know a little bit more about the neighborhoods and the subdivisions that make up Sebastian, Florida. Well, in this video, I'm going to be showcasing some subdivisions and neighborhoods, giving you a first-hand look at what you can expect to see when buying a home in Sebastian, Florida. And make sure to stay till the end, where I give you a little insight on why my family and I chose to move right here to Sebastian in 2015. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, my name is Spencer Bailey and I'm a local real estate agent here in Sebastian, Florida. If you're thinking at all about moving down here to Florida's East Coast or you have a question about moving down here, go ahead, give me a call, text, email, whatever you're comfortable with. I'd love to help you out and maybe answer a few of your questions. But enough of that, let's get started and take a look at our first community. Okay, so starting off with Sebastian River Landing, this is one of the bigger subdivisions that Sebastian has to offer with around 350 to 400 homes. It is not gigantic, but like I said, it is one of the bigger subdivisions in Sebastian. This community to me really feels perfect for a growing family. You have a good mix of two-story homes in the neighborhood, and overall the houses are fairly large. The average square footage in this neighborhood is around 2,212 square feet, so the homes here are on the larger side. The HOA fee is very reasonable at $49 a month, which is payable quarterly. This pays for amenities such as the community pool, basketball and tennis courts. The fee also covers maintenance for the common areas, reserve funds, and security for the subdivision. As you can see, the landscaping is very nice and everything looks well taken care of. And now we can start to see those two-story big homes that I was talking about. The average home sale price in Sebastian River Landing the last 180 days is around $400,000, with the average days on market being around 84. The lowest property in here in the last 180 days sold for $350,000, and the highest property sold in the subdivision in the last 180 days went for $465,000. The north side of Sebastian River Landing is phase one. That is where a lot of the two-story bigger homes are. And as we go across the bridge here, we are now entering into phase two, which is only single-story homes. I do believe there is one two-story home in phase two though. It's a gorgeous day out today, and one thing that I did notice when comparing Sebastian River Landing to other subdivisions is that Sebastian River Landing is very open. There's not a whole lot of very tall trees, so you get that nice open air feeling, and on a gorgeous day like today, it looks really nice. Here we are actually passing one of my listings that are under contract, and it's 100 Salazar Lane, a 4-bed, 2-bath home that's 2,700 square feet. Like I said, the homes here tend to be on the larger side. Another reason I would say this neighborhood is family oriented is because it's the place to be on Halloween if you're looking to trick or treat. Every year, tons and tons of kids come to this subdivision because people go all out for Halloween, putting out decorations and handing out candies to the kids. It's really impressive, and there are a few people in the neighborhood who go all out with their decorations and candies for the kids. So if you have small kids and you're looking to trick or treat, definitely check out Sebastian River Landing. In conclusion, it's a very wholesome community. The HOA is not super strict where they're going to be on your butt about every single small violation. So overall, it's just a really great place to be if you want a nice, quiet HOA or if you have a growing family. Okay, so now let's move on to another bigger subdivision for Sebastian, and that is the Collier Club. Right away, you can kind of tell it's a little more lush with trees and vegetation. And to me, this community is a little bit more focused on the retirees rather than the growing families when compared to Sebastian River Landing. There are much fewer two-story homes in the community, and the average square footage is also lower, around 1,800 square feet. And the prices are a little higher in the subdivision, with the average sale price being around $452,000. There are also a lot more amenities and clubs that cater to older residents. For example, they have yoga club, bridge club, and other clubs and activities for retirees to enjoy. It's still a great place to raise a family, and there are definitely families in the subdivision, but when comparing it to Sebastian River Landing, Collier Club, in my opinion, tends to cater a little bit more towards retirees rather than the growing family. The houses here seem a bit more upscale, focused on quality rather than raw square footage. And actually, I just had a listing here sell at 303 Swallowtail Lane. It was absolutely gorgeous. I'll put up some photos. Congrats to my buyers and my sellers on that one. It was really a beautiful home. Also, when I was doing an open house at the Swallowtail property, all of the neighbors came by because they love the community and they either want their friend or a family member to move into the community. It's a very good sign when all of the neighbors come by and say that they absolutely love the community in the HOA. Speaking of the HOA fee here is very reasonable, coming in at around $81 a month. This includes access to the clubhouse, the community pool, the game room, tennis and pickleball courts, and also basketball courts. Another thing that I really like about the Collier Club is that they have a ton of sidewalks for walking your pet or just taking a stroll. They also have benches everywhere just in case you need to sit down mid-walk or you just want to soak in the gorgeous day. In conclusion, the Collier Club is a great community to live in and is one of the bigger subdivisions in Sebastian. The subdivision is great for retirees who are looking for higher priced, maybe more upscale homes. There's plenty of amenities to keep you busy, and the overall atmosphere is very nice, and it's also beautiful in there. The landscaping is very well taken care of. Collier Club is also a great place to raise a family, although if that is your main priority, you might want to check out Sebastian River Landing first. Okay, now let's move on to the biggest neighborhood in Sebastian, where most of the homes are, and that is the neighborhood called the Sebastian Highlands. The Sebastian Highlands is a non-HOA, non-gated community that makes up the majority of Sebastian's residential area. Think of it kind of as one big neighborhood where no one is telling you what to do. This comes with its pros, and it also comes with its cons. For the pros, you don't have anyone telling you what to do, you don't have any mandatory monthly fee, and you can build, change, and paint your house however you would like, and overall it gives you more freedom. One big con of living in a non-HOA community such as Sebastian Highlands, however, would be that everyone can do what they want. If your neighbor wanted to paint their house lime green and stay up all night playing music and have 6 cars in their yard, they can. If they wanted to have 4 dogs in their backyard all the time and they didn't take care of their property, that is going to adversely affect the value of surrounding properties. So you don't really get that conformity that an HOA can provide. With that being said, there are definitely parts of the Sebastian Highlands with higher value homes and parts of the Sebastian Highlands with lower value homes. As you can see here, there are some very high value homes, most of them being around 350 to 400,000 in this area. This is a good part of the neighborhood as far as home values go. However, just a mile east off Schumann Drive, you're going to start to get those homes dipping into the $200,000 range that are not as valuable or desirable. The average home sale price here in Sebastian Highlands is around $350,000, with the average days on market being just around 60 days. One thing I really like about the Sebastian Highlands is that it has so many parks within the neighborhood. I mean, look at how many parks are on this map right now. It's truly impressive. The Sebastian Highlands are also a fairly safe place to live. There's just not a whole lot of shenanigans going on, and that's one reason why I think it's a great place to raise a family. Make sure to check out the crime rates for yourself before moving down, but overall, I'd say it's a great family environment. Okay, so moving on to our last and final neighborhood, and that is Vero Lake Estates. Technically, it's a Vero Beach address, however, it is right next to Sebastian, and a lot of the residents in Sebastian live there, so I'm going to go ahead and include it in this video. Vero Lake Estates is another non-HOA neighborhood, non-gated, just like Sebastian Highlands, but there are a few big differences. First, the prices in Vero Lake Estates are a little cheaper. The average home price here is around $330,000, which is $20,000 less than the Sebastian Highlands. Also, another big difference is that I'm sure you may have noticed already, but some of the roads here are dirt. Most of the main roads are paved, but almost all of the side roads are this sandy kind of dirt. Another big difference between the Sebastian Highlands and Vero Lake Estates is that Vero Lake Estates has a ton of undeveloped vacant lots of land, whereas Sebastian Highlands almost is fully developed and there are not many vacant lots left. You see a lot of new construction in Vero Lake Estates because of the lots for sale. So if you're thinking about getting or building a brand new home, building in Vero Lake Estates is a very cost-effective option. I will say a good amount of the vacant lots do have gopher tortoises on them, and they can cost a lot of money to move and rehome, so make sure to get that checked before buying a lot in Vero Lake Estates. Just like the Sebastian Highlands, it's a non-HOA, non-gated community, so the same pros and the same cons that applied for Sebastian Highlands also kind of go for Vero Lake Estates. You have some areas that are better than others and higher in value, and there's a big difference in home values depending on where you're at. It's also very close to I-95, which is super convenient for traveling or if you have a long work commute. Okay, so now I want to briefly tell you a little bit about why my family and I ultimately chose Sebastian to call home. So my family and I moved here to Sebastian at the end of 2014, and we moved down from Minnesota, and it was a huge shock to say the least. At first, I'm going to be honest, I really didn't like living here, and I just wanted to move back to what I was comfortable with in Minnesota. But after a few months of living here and getting accustomed to the weather and the outdoor activities that this area has to offer, now we're very happy with our decision, and we are really happy that we took that leap. The reason we chose Sebastian was because it really embraced the boating and outdoor lifestyle that my family and I were really accustomed to. It's also a smaller town, which is what we like, and we don't like to be in a big rush to go anywhere. The weather is also so beautiful around here, and the atmosphere in Sebastian is really unique and hard to replicate. My family and I are really laid back people who love to enjoy the outdoors, so we take full advantage of what Sebastian has to offer, whether it's setting snow crab traps, fishing the inlet, or taking the boat to the islands. You will always find my family outdoors doing something. And that is probably one of the biggest reasons why Sebastian was the place we chose to move to. I did make a full video really going over the details about our move down here and why we chose Sebastian. So if you're interested, I will link it in the top right corner for you to check out. Also, I will link it down in the description. So everyone, those are my picks for the best places to live in Sebastian, Florida. Whether you're a retiree, a growing family, or looking to build a new home, there really is everything for you here in Sebastian, Florida. Sebastian overall is a great town, and I'm super happy that I moved down here 8 years ago from Minnesota. It is a huge change, but I love living here. The lifestyle is fantastic, and there's tons of things to do outdoors, whether it's taking a hike and enjoying nature or taking the boat out and catching some fish. There are a ton of activities that get you outside and active. The Indian River Lagoon is also one of the most biodiverse estuaries in all of North America, so it's just a super awesome and cool place to explore and grow up around. But there you have it, everyone. Those were my 4 picks and the 4 neighborhoods that I would suggest looking into if you're thinking about moving to Sebastian, Florida. I would also highly recommend reaching out to me if you have any questions about moving or if you're thinking about moving down here. I've helped a lot of clients find their perfect home and relocate down here to Sebastian and Florida's East Coast, just like I did when I moved down 8 years ago. So anyway, everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.